Bonjour, hello, and welcome judges to our presentation on Les Copains Globaux. Our objective is to increase student motivation, long-term commitment to FSL, and to scaffold teacher retention. We would also like to build collaboration among teachers, reduce isolation, and promote equity, diversity, and inclusion. Below is a more in detail example of our objectives.
We plan to do this through the Funds of Knowledge strategy, which began in the early 1990s. There was an influx of Mexican immigrants to Tucson, Arizona. Teachers struggled to relate to the children. Two researchers, Moll and Gonzalez, at the University of Phoenix, trained teachers to go into communities and work with the parents. Teachers used the funds of knowledge from the daily lives of Mexican families and incorporated community knowledge into lesson plans. Les Copains Globaux project will focus on moving from the local to the global. At first, the FSL teachers in the Les Copains Globaux will ask students about using social media to develop their speaking skills in French. They will listen to student feedback on using Zoom or other online platforms to set up group conversations with French speakers in other classrooms. Then the teachers will ask the students if the online platforms helped improve their communication skills, if at all. Teachers will journal their conversations and reflections. They will collaborate to develop age-appropriate and interest-oriented projects with the students to complete through online engagement with the other students. Teachers will consider ways in which to improve online interactions, and they will also reflect about ways to implement the strategy of Funds of Knowledge nationally and globally.
Teacher-led focus groups will increase collaboration. We'll also ask what students think about online connections with other Francophone students. Some examples that we'll be basing this on is DigiPals and ShareAmi. Inclusive education with parents, and parents from Francophone communities in Africa can see their race and culture reflected. For instance, Cameroon is a country that is bilingual for English and French. Connecting with a Cameroonian class will build global identities that are transnational.
Here is a breakup of our plan. The key partners: we intend to strengthen FSL school community by building teacher cohorts and parent and teacher relationships. We're focusing on grade 11 and 12 students at this time who can articulate and reflect on their cumulative FSL experiences. FSL national communities will include faculties of education across Canada who will recruit teacher and student participants and support teacher training in Funds of Knowledge. We will seek ethics approval from universities, and we will focus on Francophone communities around the world. Key activities: student focus groups, teacher journals, teacher collaboration, parent-teacher collaboration. Our resources: we'll be using existing apps to facilitate online student relationships. For example, ShareAmi, as previously mentioned, Gather Town, and Idelo. Value proposition: schools will facilitate authentic cross-cultural relationships, build language confidence and competence through experiential learning and project-based learning. Examples of STEAM, for example. Costs incurred will be stipends for teachers, honorariums for participants, teacher professional development, and money for refreshments at the end of the research project. Community relationships: school-student community is at the center. Channels: faculties of education will conduct a purposeful sampling to recruit FSL teachers interested in promoting immersive experiences to increase student interest and motivation and to remain in FSL. User segments: increase understanding of the value of FSL to students beyond utilitarian purposes of academic achievement, status, and employment. FSL building friendships and global connections. build language confidence, increase empathy for diversity, and raise global awareness of language acquisition as an asset.
The following is our timeline, and we'll be starting with a small focus group during the 9-month period, and then we'll be moving to a more global level. Merci.
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 Merci, thank you.